Now, we all know that the likelihood of Inazuma 11 Great Road of Heroes coming out is pretty small, to be honest. But that hasn't stopped me from going through and making my ideal team in Inazuma 11 Great Road. I already said the title. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to be going over my ideal perfect team in this game. And that is going to be the topic of this video. So let's do this, TXM style. What is up, gamers, and welcome back to another discussion video. Today we are taking a look at my team for Inazuma 11 Great Road of Heroes. The new Inazuma 11 game is supposed to be coming out very soon, and by very soon I mean 2023, which isn't very soon. But you know what I mean. I'm going to be going over basically what my team is going to be. Now, we do not know every single player who's going to be in this game, so obviously this is a team, first of all, minus scouts, because we have no idea whether or not there's going to be scouts in this game. We have no idea what kind of scouts are going to be in this game. What I'm mostly going off for this is who do I think is actually going to be in the game, and then who would I want to use out of that. So we're mainly looking at major characters from major teams, or from teams that I think will be in the game, basically guaranteed. So we're going to take a quick look through all of them. Hopefully you guys can agree with some of the opinions, hopefully you guys can disagree with some of the opinions, because that makes you human, and leave your teams down below. So without further ado, let's dive into the team. Goalkeepers defend the goal, making them pretty important. But who are my goalkeepers? Well, the first one is going to be Terry Archibald, aka Ibuki, from Go Galaxy. He is my favorite Go Galaxy player, and I absolutely adore him. And he's my favorite goalkeeper, possibly in the entire, I'd say in the entire series. So he has to be on the team as the goalkeeper. I think he's a very good chance of being on the team just because he's such a major character. And if Ozrock is in the game, then I think Terry Archibald will be in the game. I'd love to use him with like Wild Dunk, Rising Slash, Gekkarin Dunk. All these sick moves. And in terms of a move, I would give him maybe from Ares or Orion. I'd love to give him like the Triceratops shield thing, like the Triceratops where you like, ow. I think that could be a fun move to give him. Oh, I love the what's it called? The one where you get the thing from up in the sky, like in space, to shoot like the satellite one. I think that would be a really cool move to give him. So there's definitely moves I would give him from the Ares Orion world that I think would incorporate really well into his overall moveset already. And my other goalkeeper is possibly the pick where it's like, this and one other pick where I'm like, they probably won't be in the game, but I'm going to do them anyway because you never know. And that is Lube. I love Lube so much. This man has to be in the game. Not only is he obviously a major character for the Mixie Maxes, we don't know if Mixie Maxes are in this game. He's a major character for the Mixie Maxes. I would love to have Lube in this game. Would adore to have Lube. I think he's such a fun character. He has such a cool design, and I absolutely adore using him. I use him a lot in like Chrono Stones and all that, and I'd love to use him specifically in this game. I think that would be great having him on the team as the backup goalkeeper, yes, but as a strong Earth element backup goalkeeper. And in terms of Ares and Orion moves I could give him, obviously I think giving him like Fujin Raj and Ghost would be sick. Like giving him that move would be. I know Fujin Raj Ghost, there's no way that's going to end up being an Earth move, but I would still love to give him it, just for, like, I guess the coverage or whatever. But I think that'd be a really cool move on him, definitely. And going into defenders, the first one we have is Archer Hawkins. Obviously, I love Archer Hawkins so much. He's my favorite Instagram character. Has to be on the team. Absolutely. He'll be leading the defense 100%. And then we move on to our next defender, who is going to be everyone's favorite defender. The best defender in all of Inazuma 11. Yeah, I'm talking about Xavier Foster. Or, Hunter Foster, or whatever you want to call him. Or Zine, or whatever you want to call him. Why is he a defender? Well, Orion has him as a defender in places, I know this, and I find that really funny. It's a really funny concept. And so I was like, let's slap him into the actual defense. Why not? I do that in Galaxy, and I was like, why not let's do it again in Great Road of Heroes? So why not? We know he's going to be in the game, so he is 100% going to be a defender for me. I don't know why, I just find it really funny using, like, big defensive moves on Xavier, slapping him all the way back there, and then just being like, just go for it, mate. I think that's absolutely hilarious. So, absolutely, 100% a defender for me. We've got our first Ares/Orion player here in Akaris, the big lad from Polestar Academy, the captain for that. And I think he's, first of all, a really cool design. I love the blue hair. And second of all, he absolutely has to be on the team as a defender. I think he's by far the coolest defender in all of Ares/Orion. And so I 100% would want to use him. Zone of Pentagram, I think, is a sick move. I think he'll really fit onto the team in a really good, cool way thing. And I would love to have him on as like the backbone of the defense, leading the tactician side. I know that technically he wouldn't be doing that, but I think he would also add like another element that I don't already have, which is always appreciated. Now, for this next one, the few whole teams that often get put into the Inazuma 11 games is always the final boss teams. Because they just, generally you'll have a 9 level 9 competition route with these boss teams. And I imagine that Great of Heroes will follow suit, which is why I feel comfortable putting Bale on the team from the Dark Angels, because I have a feeling Dark Angels will be in the game as a whole. And so absolutely Bale, I think, is first of all, one of the best designed players in all of Inazuma 11. And two, he's just a fun defender. Don't quote me on this, but I think he's Earth Element, and we don't have an Earth Element defender yet. And so he kind of completes off completes that element tree thing, element thingamabob. And so having him on the team, I think, would be a really, really sick idea. We could use the cool Earth Element defensive moves that he has. Gravity Cage could be on him for some reason. Why not? Let's slap Gravity Cage on him. I think that could be really sick. Love Bale. Next one is by far the most obscure player I put on the list, but I'm putting on Jordi Balloch from Barcelona Raw. I don't know why this man calls to me. I love it. I love his design. And I think he just would serve as a really cool backup defender. I think Barcelona Rob has a good chance of being in the game. If not, I'll be very disappointed. But I would love to have this guy on the team, using all his special moves that he doesn't have yet, and seeing what kind of stuff he could do, because I just love his design. I think he's a really cool, like a really cool character. And no matter what, when this team goes into Great Heroes, obviously I'll put in some more obscure characters into it. But Jordi Balloch, I think, is the first example of what I mean when I say an obscure character. He's a character from a team that you would never really put any thought into, but I just like him a lot, and so he has to go on. Midfielders. Heath Moore has got to be the captain of the team, I imagine. I feel like I could use him as like an offensive or a defensive midfielder. It makes sense. He's just, first of all, by far my favorite Ares/Orion player. I love his design so much. And two, I think he would just be a really great player to have in terms of just cool moves. He has like Dance on Air. We obviously have King's Lance or whatever it's called in English. Those that we already have those moves off the bat. I throw on some other moves onto him. Why not? You give him a defensive move. I could see him having Spinning Cut, to be honest. I could see him definitely having Spinning Cut. I think there's so much you could do with him 100%. I would love to have him on the team. Easy. Froy also has a really cool design, and so Froy gets to be on the team as another midfielder. Also probably an offensive midfielder with Innocent Drive or whatever it's called, and Double Head Eagle, I think it's called. I would love to have Froy on. I think he could make. I wanted to have a few Ares/Orion characters on, definitely, because I think it would be a miss not to have them on. And so absolutely got to have Froy on. I think he's one of the best designed ones. And a Tom Spoors team would not be complete without Steve Grimm leading the midfield. This man is a legend. I love him. Spinning cut on him immediately. I don't know why I love Spinning Cut so much, but Spinning Cut on him immediately. Zigzag Spark. All the classic moves on Steve Grimm. Britannia Cross. Don't know why, but yeah, these are the moves I associate him with at this point. Gotta have him on there, leading the charge, doing some average things in his average way with his average lifestyle. Love you, Steve. Get on the team. Mwah. Pawe Pachori is going to be my next midfielder. My thought process behind this was, I want a Galaxy Alien to kind of mix up the designs. Because right now, we've got a lot of, similar looking boys. I was like, well, I need an alien to mix up. So I was kind of torn between Pawe and Bandit Jr. But then I was like, Pawe, I think I prefer more. And so Pawe gets to be on the team. Why not? Don't know what kind of moves she would have, or if she's a guaranteed onto the team. But if Ozrock's on the team, my thinking was, if Ozrock is on, maybe Pawe will be, because I could see them including the Galaxy 11. And I think Pawe's on the Galaxy 11. I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that. I was like, I think the Galaxy 11 might be on it. And so I was like, okay, that sounds good. Let's use Pawe. And so Pawe is here. Pawe is leading the charge, doing whatever Pawe wants to do. Lots of water-based moves, And maybe we give Pawe the bear killer moves for the pure crack of it all. But yeah, 100%. Pawe goes on the team. Another more vaguely obscure player, Artemis from Zeus, is one of my favorite design characters of all time. Has to be on the team as a backup midfielder, I think. But I think we'll probably turn between him and Steve, who would go on in terms of actual play. But I love Artemis. I think he's great. Heaven's Time, I think, would just look really, really sick on him. You could use Percy as a move I don't remember the name of. Tenku Uras or something. He can go on, absolutely, and he can do all that crazy stuff. I think having him on could be really, really fun. Love Artemis. And I gotta have some Zeus representation, absolutely. Did somebody say forwards? Hell yeah, they did. First forward is Xavier Schiller. Come on, obviously it's the first chance I'm going to use this guy, absolutely will. Zigzag Strike, the Explosion, Cosmic Blaster. We can technically do, I'm assuming if it's an override, because we'll have Meteor Blade on Xavier over there. On the other Xavier 1, now this is Xavier 2. With Explosion, Zigzag Strike, Penguin the God Devil, I guess he can use if it's his move. Don't entirely know if it will be, though. But yeah, absolutely, Xavier Schiller can kick so much ass. So much ass. He's one of my favourite forwards of all time. Has to be on the team. And speaking of my favourite forwards, Soji Okita, or Soji Okita, not Okita. Okita is another player I don't know if we'll be actually on the actual game, but if he is, I'll use him the first chance I get. Even if I can't use him, if I can use like the Victor Okita Mixie Max, that is just as good to me, because I love this guy. I love this guy so much. Ignore me like playing with my camera. So much. I think he's just so well designed. Love his story in Inazuma 11. I know this is like his actual real life story, so it's not like his Inazuma 11, you know, it's not like Inazuma 11 invented Soji Okita, but you know what I mean. I love him. I love Chrysanthemum Cartown. I really hope it's in the game. Has to be on the team. Soji has to be on the team. Dipping our hands back into the Aries/Orion well for one more time. Bringing out Aiden Frost. Love the guy. Think his design is great. Love his scarf especially. think it's sick. And I love his moves, like Bear Killer stuff. I think it's fantastic. Would love to use a bit of triple-double Blizzard thingamabob. You know what I mean? Higetsuku no Gongear. You know, I think sick. Love this man. I think he would kill it so hard. And so he has to be on the team. Definitely has to be on the team. And the final player on the Great Road of Heroes team is Cronus Four Seasons. Of course it is. Cronus is a master of the arts. And by the arts in this case, I mean scoring. I don't entirely know. Blitzer Barrage is obviously a pretty cool move, as is Fireball Storm. But I would love to see this guy get some stuff like Innocent Drive, to be honest. I think Innocent Drive would look really sick on this guy. What other Aries/Orion like shooting moves are there we could give this guy? Like Shark the Deep. Yo, someone's gotta get... Okay, Soji Okita would probably suit Shark the Deep more than Kronos. What other ones? Like Sunrise Blitz on Kronos for some reason? Yeah, why not? I could dig it. You know what I mean? I think Kronos has a lot that he could look really, really cool with. And he's one of my favorite characters just generally because of the Greek theming. And so I want him on so bad. Like with that Greek theming, yo, I will lose my mind. I will genuinely lose my mind. But alright, that has been all of them. That has been my Inazuma 11 Great Road of Heroes team in its whole. So let me know, what are your guys' team going to look like? I'm very intrigued to know. Leave that in the comments down below. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you drop a subscribe. And I'll see you guys next one. For now, I've been TX, I'm Spoors. Subscribe for daily Inazuma 11 uploads. I just told you guys to subscribe twice. But I guess if I get the point across, who cares? But alright, see you guys then. For now, bye.
We wanna say thank you to Levi.